Hello, everyone, and welcome to the ClanTour 2.0. Today, we're going to be watching Big Ego and crew on Legion side, and we have the Pandas on the Hellborn side. My name is Trulte. With me today, I have ezfullclan. How you doing, my man?
I'm excited to watch Han today. I never know quite what's going to happen in these games, and even less how I'm going to react to it. So that's fun for everybody.
On the we called some of the games for chaos, which is actually really true because a lot of things can happen. And it's really fun to watch and see some of the strats that people are pulling out on the different sides. So,
Yeah, and there was like the last game I casted with Breaky CPK, there was like 7 kills in the pre-match. That was amazing. I hope that happens again in one of these matches today.
oh, that's definitely what we would call chaos for sure. That's fun. We got some bands done in a pick already. For the bands, we got Kinesis, Torture, and Drunken Master for the Pandas, and then we have King Cloud, Clanks, and Andromeda band out for the Legion side. Anything to say? Nothing really stands out to me. The Drunken Master, I guess, has been used a lot on the Ego crew.
Torture ban.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one you don't see very often. I mean, Torture, that's just a classic hero that's been in the game for forever and
Mm-hmm.
adjusted too much, maybe just some of the numbers on its spells, but yeah, that one really sticks out to me. I don't know how you feel about
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's kind of like a Magmus. It's just a standard hero that you don't really care much about one way or the other.
that. Yeah, but Magnus isn't even banned, and to me, Magnus has always historically just been seen as one of the best heroes in the game, just because of how
Oh yeah.
powerful line stun is. He's got the double disjoint potential on
Yep.
Steam Bath and Lava Surge. So, but yeah, Torture is really surprising, but I like it. That's one of my favorite heroes. So it's like, man, that seems like a respect ban to me.
That's what I was thinking too. If it's a hero that you don't really see the reason for, it's probably a respect ban of some sort, yeah. And Magmus is picked one of the heroes that has just dead on 50% win rate, because it's just a well-balanced hero. And you said it's a really strong one with the line stun. It has a lot of potential. Movability, it can be run in different lanes. Can do a lot of things. And
Yeah,
yeah, sorry.
some of the repeat viewers of the cast might get tired of me saying this, but yeah, flexibility is always a plus in your draft, and Magnus definitely offers that, and so does Torture. Actually, Torture is amazing in that regard. So
Oh yeah, we've seen him been played and as an offlaner, as a second support. He can be played as a mid, can be played pretty much anywhere. Let's try to follow up on these bans and picks here. We got followed up with the Magus is the Glacius and the Forsaken Archer. Just all around good heroes. The Forsaken has been really a lot of picked. That's a weird sentence. Forsaken Archer has been picked a lot throughout these tournaments in Han lately. It's seen as a strong hero, or in meta, as one would say. On the other hand, we have Aluna and Prisoner. Aluna is going to go to Dutch, because we know he usually plays Aluna or Glacius. Those are the two heroes we see him play the most in these tournaments. And then Prisoner. It was already pointed out by the Pandas that this is a Vulka hero, so it's a mid hero. And mostly I've seen them play Prisoner mid with a duel. So some sort of a support with him. I don't know
yeah,
what
with a setup stun with the old ball and chain is pretty very threatening on top of a shackled, follow up shackle. It's pretty much, I mean, like the shackle can be killed with one auto attack and a logger's hatchet, but honestly, if you're going in a 2v1 situation, just that amount of time it takes you to kill a shackled usually means you're dead if you get hooked into a bad enough position. And so it looks like I anticipate maybe a flux mid, but you probably could see some sort of 2-1-2 action on the Hellborn side as well. But it could be a Kraken off lane as well.
We got the full-on team fight team on the Hellborn side. They just want a team fight.
Yeah, I really like their
All those.
draft. There's a definitely wombo combo potential, and
Oh yeah.
FA is really strong for the cleanup. So
They have three. Magma is maybe not that tanky, but Flux and Kraken have the frontline potential. Definitely the Kraken, and then you have the ranged carry in the back to be able to just sit and dish out that damage. That combination usually does the trick in any home game. So it's
yeah,
fairly
but this
straightforward. Yeah.
oh sorry, just
No, no.
the Nymphora tricks on the Legion side. I'm ready to see how they abuse the teleport spell from Nymphora. I mean, that's always something that you got that's going to keep a team like the Pandas on their toes. That that will just catch you off guard at the wrong moment, especially against another coordinated team.
But we have Prisoner and Monkey King right now, and those are two mid heroes in my opinion.
I think Monkey King can sometimes be ran in the short lane. Or
Yeah,
maybe some sort of dual off lane.
that's the
But
confirmation right there that there's a dual mid, and then there's an off lane Bubbles, and then we have the short lane Monkey King, I think. That sounds pretty accurate. Yeah, Puppetsoui is going to be on the Monkey King, and then Dutchownage on the Luna, as we expected. Vulka on the Prisoner, off lane Bubbles. Yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward, honestly, as well.
yeah, this looks really strong, honestly. A Luna Prisoner is very devastating. It doesn't really matter which hero they decide to run mid. They're going to have to, if they want the mid to not just get steamrolled, they're going to have to do some pretty key rotations or just straight up stick a hero in the mid lane to support. Because a Luna Prisoner, a Luna has the setup stun with the damage, and like I said, the setup stun into the ball and chain is an automatically dead flux, more or less. Maybe he can survive it once, right? Because he has a large enough health pool. But if he gets hit by the combo once, he's going to get pushed out of the lane, more or less permanently.
With the Mekx, or the Nymphora is going to TP bottom, place his ward. We've seen him do it many times, and it's very valuable because right now he's going to spot every single person on this Hellborn team walking into the Legion jungle. That's going to allow them to avoid a bloodlust, so to speak. Every single one of them is down here. The Flux is sitting a little bit back, but you know.
Yeah, Flux hasn't committed with the rest of his team. Okay, here he comes. He's stringing along.
Yeah. And Magnus hasn't bought anything, so he's probably waiting to see if he's going to buy a pair of boots or what the plan is.
Interesting. Look at this this triplet in the bottom lane. Nymphora, Prisoner, Aluna. This is not what we were expecting.
No, because I say it's straightforward. They're gonna go against me. You know, that's standard. That's all.
Right, but this is actually both teams were anticipating running or planned on running a tri-lane in the bottom lane. This was Magnus, Glacius, FA versus Prisoner, Nymphora, Aluna.
That.
Interesting. Okay, so
you don't often see. Like, I like the tri-lanes. Like, the tri-lanes themselves have good potential. Like, it's well built together tri-lanes. They all have some sort of lockdown or stun potential, and they have kill potential, and they want to go for the action. So this can be a really fun bottom lane to watch.
Yeah, you're gonna have to keep your eyes. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. I'm surprised that they're all in the bottom lane. But yeah. How did they make that decision with the Prisoner?
I have no idea. I thought for sure this was a dual mid. I mean, I was right there with you, but yeah, this is going to be an action-packed bottom lane. Both teams have a lot of kill potential. You know, there is the
Ooh, already gonna catch the Glacius and pulling him all the way into the tower range, and he gets the first kill. Forsaken getting a lot of damage onto the Nymphora, but she's not gonna fall right here. And that was a very, very quick first blood. That stun from Nymphora was very nice. She caught that dead on.
Yeah, they just weren't expecting that to come out so soon. I like that freehand Nymphora's zeal. That caught Glacius off guard. Didn't even need the Emerald Lightning setup stun.
Really nice. It was really nice. Usually you want to have like a secure stun with a Prisoner, but Aluna's gonna get that when she gets to level 2. She's gonna pull here mid lane. A lot of damage being dealt back and forth. They're gonna hit each other, and who's gonna get the last hit here? They're both dropping really low! Oh, they're both gonna die! Oh, the Flux dying first. Which does mean the Monkey King gets the XP. Yes, that's exactly what that means. So it's gonna be in favor of the Monkey King, but still. They both die. That was that was a lot of life supplies, power supplies, or mana batteries used. Did he have a apple maybe on the box I didn't see?
I'm not sure. Monkey King definitely had. I think he bought another one. I didn't see actually. I wasn't able to catch whether or not he used it. He must have.
Oh, already going on middle again, but he's taking a lot of damage in return using the mana battery, keeping himself up there, and they're both at half HP right here. Monkey King going for the top run, gonna grab an illusion. Not much happening in the bottom lane as of right now. Let's have a look at the top lane. We have Bubbles versus Kraken. Just Don't think there's much kill potential anyway there. Just straight up, they both have escapes. They have to catch each other like off guard completely.
It's looking very even to me. I mean, both. Well, Kraken's gonna get a nice little splash hit on Bubbles here, but Bubbles already has a bottle. Oh, but Monkey King!
Oh,
Monkey King! Oh, Monkey King with the big escape!
He's gonna get killed by the creeps? No? Oh my god, he has 5 HP. If the...
I think he is.
There we go, yeah.
Just not able to outrun the melee creep without boots.
No, he was not.
It was a fantastic escape. I saw his vault, his double vault to get the distance from Flux was amazing.
Unfortunately, there was just that one little melee creep swinging its axe right there. How is it looking on... I like to look at the... Oh, Hook's gonna barely miss in the bottom lane here. Look at the last hits. It's always fun to see how they're doing against each other. So, Prisoner is sitting on 12-1. And Forsaken is sitting on 13-3. It's very even right there.
I think the real difference in the game right now is the mid lane. Flux has a pretty commanding lead on Monkey King right now, despite it's not just the 2-1 kill situation. The creep score is very, very disparaged.
9-0 versus 18-8. Oh, that's up. He's taking a lot of damage right here. Glacius is gonna be the one to fall, even though he got out in the first place. And I was watching top lane because Kraken was being gone on as well. Kraken dropping down to 100 HP and gonna have to go back to base to regen as Glacius TP's back into this bottom lane.
Yeah, but I was just saying, I think Flux is, at this point, as soon as Flux gets his steam boots, as he's bound to do in another minute or so, it's going to be really difficult for Monkey King to come back in this lane. And I don't really play... Aluna's getting down in the bottom lane.
Party again. They're going to get on the Aluna here with the combination of the stuns. Nice double hook from Prisoner, and the heal from Nymphora is going to keep the Aluna alive, and they turn it and get the kill on the Glacius instead. Very nice play by the Legion team right here, saving their friend and getting a return kill. Just quick and easy.
Yeah, holy cow, that pod is just doing...
Sorry, mid lane? Oh, Monkey King barely gets out, but yeah. The pond saved him there. Level 2 pond, healing quite the amount. 60.
I want to say it saved Aluna's life twice. You know, there obviously, and the kill prior on Glacius, I believe, it also saved her. But she may not have died without it, or without it being used either way. But yeah, I'm just curious. I mean, how do you think that Monkey King is going to fare in this game? I mean, what does he need to do? I'm not sure he can really... He's not going to be able to make a play on Flux himself. It's going to take a rotation from another player, or does he really just kind of move out of this lane and start to maybe just take his mid levels once he hits level 7 into another lane?
We have a rotation coming in from the Glacius right here. Monkey King jumps in at a very unfortunate timing. He gets slowed and frozen, and down he goes. The unfortunate thing about a Monkey King is that he can't really farm jungle as fast as a lot of other mid laners, because he doesn't have the mana to be able to like use his spells to farm. He clears creep waves pretty quickly, but jungle is not his place to be, so he needs to find somewhere to get kills, I think, to be able to get somewhere. But to do that, he needs at least his boots, you know? He's struggling right now.
Yeah, so I mean, Puppetsoui, wonderful of a player as he is, I'm just curious how he's going to come bounce back into this game, because he's always going to be able to do that, or has potential to do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think too, like what's his... Like he needs to get those boots somehow. Maybe they can swap some lanes to give him one of the safer lanes, because right now Forsaken Archer has moved to the top lane, and that leaves a Magmus alone bottom, which means maybe Prisoner and Nymphora can go mid, and then
Bubbles in the top lane, getting charged.
Oh my god, that's 3 people there.
Yeah, the new restrain effect, whenever you're inside of the whirlpool from Kraken, is so powerful versus Bubbles.
We forgot to mention that Kraken is really good against Bubbles and Monkey, because they can't get anywhere, and that's what they do. They get places.
I just reminded myself of it as I saw the ulti come out. Like, oh yeah, it restrains now, even if you haven't been pulled all the way to the center, because the center is just the standard immobilize and extra damage. But yeah, since that restrain effect was added on the pull in for the entire radius, Yeah, what an ability against Bubbles or something like Monkey King. I mean, honestly, that really just flips the counter pick situation.
Yeah.
Like Bubbles and Monkey King used to be like strong counter picks against Kraken, and now that's just turned on its head.
Yeah, completely. Like literally, they're just get countered by that because they can't move, which is, you know, their mobility is what makes them so good. Gonna be some stacks in the jungle for the monkey, yeah.
There is the 1 second delay, so you can hear release the Kraken whenever it's coming. So you have a second to react, but yeah, if you're caught in a bad situation as Bubbles was, because he was completely flanked. But yeah, Kraken invis in the jungle here. This might be a dead Luna.
Our caster disconnected, which is kind of a yikers, but...
Oh, yeah, maybe we're not being heard, but we'll just pretend like he's here.
We pretend like nothing is happening, and the Luna is gonna get died. She's gonna get died in her own jungle.
Continuity's sake, just in case.
Continuity. Let's go on. Flux getting some pressure onto that mid tower, as he did win his lane pretty securely right here. There's a Kraken sitting on the mid lane too. They want to make sure that this monkey does not get back in the game, which I don't mind, because monkey is a big threat, and if he doesn't have farm or anything to like snowball on, he doesn't really do much.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
and I mean,
top lane, there's party going on. They're gonna catch the glaciers right here. They were trying to get the Forsaken, but they're gonna be happy. Oh, they're gonna keep going, and the Kelp comes out onto the Forsaken, who's trapped in between all these heroes, popping her ulti, getting some decent damage, and the Flux pull will bring everybody into that. So will the Kraken ulti, and down goes Nymphora, down goes Prisoner, and those TPs coming in on the Hellborn side, helping out their Forsaken, who did fall, but she did set up 2 kills for her 3 teammates who decided to come up and help, and Bubbles is now on the run. But he is a Bubble, so I think he's gonna be fine.
yeah,
he
has
all his
shells
spells up. Yeah, he has all his spells up. He's just gonna taunt them as he does and be like, hello. He literally went to taunt the Kraken.
Hello, Kraken.
I'm here.
My lane
There
opponent.
we go. Monkey getting some stacks, getting some help from Luna to clear some stacks in the jungle. That's nice of her.
Yeah, he's got a read this bottle. I mean, you mentioned that Monkey King isn't able to clear stacks that fast, but the Flying Nimbus actually gives him a bit of mana regen. So he is able to kind of sustain himself a little bit, especially with this bottle.
Yes, but he's forced to go back to the base a lot, and now he had a regen, so you know obviously that's gonna help him a bit. But you see now he cleared just a minicamp, and he takes almost half his mana doing it, which is it's a struggle. Like it's the best for him if he can farm lanes, because he will clear a creep wave pretty fast. Oh, mid lane, Flux going on the prisoner, slow from the glaciers as well, gonna get pulled out. Prisoner gets the pull in on the glaciers, and here comes the monkey with his freshly bought Ghost March, is ready to deal some damage. Power throw coming in, barely gonna miss them, but they're gonna get the kill on this big Flux right here, and that's a pretty big kill for the Legion side. That is.
It is, yeah.
He just got his PK as well. That is a high value kill. For sure.
Oh, Flux already has a PK on top of his steam. Yeah, this is. Ooh, okay.
He's farmed.
Right, and they have this Forsaken who didn't have a wonderful time in lane, but Forsaken Archer. Yeah, she's almost got her Whispering Helm. Okay.
They're gonna set up top, yeah. Bubbles jumps in first, gets the kill onto her while there's people TPing back in. Nice dodge from the Bubbles. Gonna dodge the Magma Stone, but he's not gonna be able to dodge the Forsaken ulti, and down he goes, but Forsaken will die as well. Prisoner here, can he restrain him? There we go, pulls him back. Nice stun out for Nymphora. Does he have a stun ready? No, she does not. 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Can she hit it? Oh, she does hit it actually, barely, and there's the restraint from the Prisoner, and that's gonna bring down the Magmas as well. In the meantime, in the bottom lane, Flux is gonna pick up an Luna.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It must have had something to do with his PK that helped him get that kill.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great exchange for the Legion side, catching. I mean, how many heroes did they get there in the?
2, 3.
Yeah, they definitely high value Forsaken Archer, but she has her Wisdom Helm now, so I'm assuming that she will spend a lot of time off of the map unless they get a deep ward here. The Legion players get a deep ward in the Hellborn jungle, so she will be able to sustain her farm. She's going to have lots of space to work with because Flux already has that PK like we mentioned, but Monkey King here looks like he's going to be making a search for Forsaken Archer, and he's just going to run into her.
Question is he gonna find her, or is he gonna find him? Because there's a lot of players there on the Hellbound side, and he knows that he cannot go in. But there is a sentry. Do they see him? There we go. There's the jump. Oh, he didn't get the pole off, and Monkey King is able to jump away. There's 5 people sitting in this mid lane. They want to push. They want a team fight. They have almost all their spells up. But Legion is doing a good job of split pushing the other lanes.
And they have very aggressive vision here, and maybe the Pandas are aware of the fact that their jungle isn't exactly safe right now. Obviously, they know the players are there, but they might have an inclination that there are vision wards in their jungle as well. So they are going to hover around Forsaken Archer as she makes her rounds in the jungle for farm.
Yeah, there's a lot of people holding hands right here. They just want to secure her, I guess, which is, there's no shame in that. This mid push is also very important. The mid tower is by far the most valuable first tower to get down. It opens up the map so much. And
I just
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, the fact that they have such a team fight team, it allows them to just do this. Like, they know that Monkey King is a little bit behind, and they have all their team fight spells up. They can just go as 5, and there's nothing Legion can do. And Legion also realized that by split pushing and pushing the other lanes, as there were 5 people in the mid lane. So I like both teams, how they're responding to what's happening.
Yeah, and it's interesting the difference. The Hellborn team have taken the mid tower, and the Legion team have taken the 2 outer towers. So bit of an opposite there, but I just wanted to bring everybody's attention to the fact that Prisoner does have a blink, but Kraken tried to go on somebody in the top lane and actually got thwarted by Bubbles.
Yeah, I see it. Just gonna get disengaged. Just gonna disengage right there, and Infora's gonna TP. Where is she gonna TP?
Prisoner's going
middle.
on
Flux. No?
With backup from Bubbles.
Yes, backup from Bubbles, gonna pull the Flux right back. And there's the monkey for the final blow right there, and that's a very nice kill for this monkey as they're gonna push into this middle lane. Where did the Nymphora TP? They did TP mid, okay, yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, they did TP mid.
Yeah, and we mentioned how much Monkey King was kind of struggling against Flux in the early game. Monkey King is right back up with Flux now. Yeah. He just took over the GPM lead. Flux still having a great game at 440 GPM, but man, Monkey King was struggling there for a while, but he is back up to 450 almost. And he is basically playing the carry role. He's got to compete with the Forsaken Archer this game, but he's got a big lead on her. This Forsaken Archer only has...
Speaking of, trying to dodge dodge the hook, and she's gonna make it. Sidestep King. No, yeah, it's true. He got himself back up there very quickly. Got a Searing Light, or Light Brand, not Searing Light, Light Brand. I always mess up those names. Don't hate me. But yeah, it's a Light Brand. Got what does he go? Does he go the Searing Light, or does he go Grimmer or Dawnbringer? Yeah.
Yeah, Dawnbringer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think Dawnbringer, or excuse me, Grimoire.
Yeah.
Does spell damage on activation, so that probably does affect all of his abilities. But I think that, yeah, he picked up a Firebrand.
Oh no, but he's Monkey King is physical. That's my bad. I forgot about that. Most
spell damage is actually, I believe, specifically ability usage, so it doesn't matter what damage type they are.
Really? That's spell damage?
Yeah.
Top lane? Gonna get the bubbles? Oh, he's dodging, but he's still dead. No, okay. In my head, spell damage is magical.
Yeah, I know.
It's
counterintuitive for sure, but I believe that clause, it would say magic damage if it was just magic damage abilities.
Gotcha. That's nice to know, and he's gonna do the... Oh, mid lane, there's a catch onto the Prisoner. Kraken jumps right in, but Nymphora is right there to help him. And now it's the Kraken that's his problem. There's the Flux as well, he wants to play. And now, oh, power throw from the Alluna's gonna hit! And they get the Kraken kill as Prisoner barely gets out with around 20 HP. Monkey King is here, they're gonna pull the Nymphora back. Now she's gonna take a lot of damage, and down she goes very quickly right there. And the Magnus on the Hellborn team has also decided to join this fight, as there will be a 1-for-1 exchange, right?
So yeah, I'm not really sure how Bubbles died. Bubbles died before all of that happened because he just respawned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a Sand Scepter save, tongue twister from Nymphora on Prisoner
Say it 3
there.
times fast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw she picked up the Sand Scepter. which is a really nice little supportive item right there. It gives you a decent amount of stats too, doesn't it? Yeah, 20 intelligence. That's nice. Ooh, Aluna almost kills the Magmas in the bottom lane, who barely walks away from it. So many power throws. Oh, oh, she tried to throw for the base, but Magmas is not that. He's not that scared. He's gonna be here now. Nymphora and Prisoner's gonna be here, and the Prisoner's gonna jump right on in to this Magmas. Followed up with some stun. Down she goes, but now comes the Flux, pulling everybody in. Is there a follow-up here? Glacius is coming with the slow. Gonna dodge the hook, and in the background, Aluna's taking a lot of damage. Forsaken. Gonna get that last hit on him. Prisoner getting left behind by his teammates. Team? Down he goes, gets killed by the... he got killed by the Western Hell Creep.
I think that was a cut their losses situation. I didn't see any way of Nymphora saving Prisoner.
Oh, no, for sure not. But he had just found himself in a very quirky position. It was like, guys, run, I'll go this way, you go that way.
That was just a heads up play from Flux with that flank. I think he had a smoke activated walking down there in the bottom lane, but yeah, I mean, Magmas Pay got jumped. Somehow he read that Nymphora teleport or something, or just smelled a rat somewhere, and he was just there for the 3-man initiation follow-up. So really well played by lilbrwnpanda on Flux.
Top lane, Bubble's gonna get that second tower in this lane. He pops his kelp field too, just to make sure he doesn't get gone on himself, and that's gonna give Legion a lot of towers. That's a lot of gold in their hands. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towers down. No, sorry,
very
4.
Even game though.
It is still, yeah. The XP is just dead on even. We got 3k gold.
Yeah, I would say, well, both teams just have a lot of farm. You know, Forsaken Archer with a little bit of a slow start, but obviously that hero just scales in a very scary way into the late game.
The true carry she is.
Yeah, once she's able to get a BKB, it's going to be pretty... The only thing that she really has to worry about in my mind is the Prisoner ulti. Obviously, most of Monkey King's abilities, save the Wanjin Slam, are going to go through BKB, but there isn't really any strong disables other than the Prisoner ulti once she gets BKB up. But I'm curious if she's going to rush BKB now that she has a Firebrand, or if she's going to try and build into Geos first.
I think Geos first. I think the Geos first.
I think either one is fine. I think that Geo, obviously, she might go Geos first, right? I think Geos first is good for the split farming potential, you know, just spawning the illusions, pushing them out into a lane, you know, getting a little bit of map presence by pushing a lane out that way with the extra gold. But also, you know, Geos has the defensive capability with the self-dispel, so I think either works. It just kind of depends on how they want to play. If they want to be more aggressive, maybe go the BKB route. If they want to be a little bit more passive for a few minutes longer, go Geos.
No, yeah, for sure. It's also might just be a straight up personal preference. Like, I like to go the Shrunken first, so I know that I can hit people. You know, that's a little bit up. And I also agree with you. I think it's fine either way. It just depends on what you prefer. We got a Prisoner going for a Shrunken, I'm pretty sure, which is very important against this Hellborn team. There is a lot of magic happening here with the Magmas, with the Kraken, with the Glaciers, and also even with the Forsaken ulti, who deals magic damage as well. Not to forget all the restraints. You can walk out of the Kraken ulti, right? If you have a Shrunken on?
No, the pull effect is superior magic. So it's going to, I mean, obviously you can always walk out of it if you're fast enough, but it is going to pull you back.
So everything is just superior magic.
Pretty much, yeah. That Flux ulti
damage
affect you through Sunken Head, and the yeah, I don't think the damage effect is
of course not.
But
no,
the
restraint is what I'm thinking about. But I don't think the Prisoner cares that much about the restraint. He wants to be in the middle. The Dawnbringer finished on Monkey King, actually.
Yeah, Dawnbringer is an especially strong ability on item on Monkey King, because the searing effect can be applied to I'm not sure if you were aware of how Dawnbringer was changed, right? It used to kind of, the searing effect used to be a AoE splash off of your auto attacks, right? It would apply searing to every target in a radius around your auto attack. But now the searing effect actually only gets applied if you deal direct damage to a target, right? Which synergizes very well with Monkey King because he has all of that direct damage stuff with all three of his abilities. So he's able to stack up searing on a group of targets, whereas some of your traditional heroes, or like not traditional, but just other heroes that might have picked up the old Dawnbringer for farming potential, like I can't even think of one off the top of my head. That's how long. Let's just say something like Shadowblade, right? Shadowblade will only apply an AoE sear effect whenever he uses his Gargantuan form, right? And he'll only apply one stack to everything that he hits with that.
It's the same kind of for Clanks too, who just hits one on one target. Of course, he has his Thunderclaw, but when he has his ulti up, that's when that thing comes in hand. Which...
Right, but with Clanks, it's actually very effective on Clanks these days because his little robot actually applies a third of its damage in an AoE around the initial target. So it's still going to apply searing to everything.
I meant just like how it works on the different, that's why I was gonna say that Dawnbringer to me doesn't seem like a farming tool anymore. Then, like the Searing Light or the Lightbrand is no longer a farming tool because it doesn't deal AoE anymore.
It's only a farming tool for certain heroes now.
Exactly. Bottom lane, we're gonna catch the Luna. Just gonna drop her down pretty simply. She tried to get out so hard, but there was just no chance. Too much pulling left and right. No, it's only a farming tool for very specific heroes. I feel like once you've completed a Dawnbringer, that's not a timing for farming anymore. That's where you want to try to deal damage to other people. And Forsaken did go the Geos. So I had something right. Nice. And she is gonna find the monkey. Who's gonna go right onto the magma to get insta-stunned right here. That's a lot of damage for a poor little monkey to take, and he cannot handle it. And down he goes, and now Nymfora's like, shit, my carry's dead, I gotta run. Yeah,
the chat right now, I mean, Nymfora is definitely running for her life. I think she's going to die, but everybody is in the chat.
Everybody's dodging.
I'm sorry.
Yes?
I'm just saying both teams are kind of freaking out about what happened with Monkey King. There was some weird mechanical interaction where he like attempted to leap away on his Wanjin slam, but he somehow got pulled back in, and I think it had to do with the way that like the magma stun kind of sends you airborne, and I don't know. It was pretty funny. Somebody in the chat wants to clip that. I wouldn't mind looking at that again.
Yeah, I need to see that too. I don't know what happened. Mid lane, Kelpfield gets used on the Flux, and then followed up with the Prisoner's Hook. That's a dead guy. Even as tanky as he is, he also is going for the Dawnbringer, it seems. Oh, and they're gonna catch a Luna here. With the Glacier's ulti, gets immediately stopped, but... Oh my god, can a Luna get away with this? She might actually. And she does. Oh no. Oh no.
Kraken's going to catch two with his ulti.
Yes, he is. Oh, and it's also followed up by the Forsaken stun. Kraken's gonna fall, but in return, nothing in return. Kraken's gonna fall, and so is Forsaken.
Well, they did get Nymfora.
They got Nymfora.
Yeah,
the value Nymfora is not there.
Yeah, she's happy to die for that. Forsaken and Kraken. See ya. I'll die for it every time, says Nymfora.
Let's do it again. That was fun. No, but yeah, those are very nice kills for the bubbles and the... Was it Bubbles and Prisoner picked it up? I think so, yeah. Ooh. His power throws flying everywhere. From the Luna.
But yeah, Monkey King is really just starting to... he's got a 2-level lead on Forsaken Archer now. He's starting to soar. Uh-oh.
That poor little Bubbles. No, but yeah, no, he just got insta-deleted, poor guy, by the Magma Stun and the Flux follow-up. Yeah, Monkey's coming back into this game. Is he going... Does one still go Shieldbreaker on the hero?
I think he's going to go BKB for the same reason we were talking about, that Prisoner is really going to see a lot of value from BKB.
Yep.
If Monkey King can't really... the only thing he's going to have to worry about is the Kraken ulti, slowing him down a little bit, as well as the Flux ulti kind of changing his position a bit.
He just purchased the Shrunken Head too, so... And he's gonna turn his focus right onto this Kongar. So we have a complete Shrunken on the Prisoner and the Monkey King. on the Legion side. Bubble sticking to his spell shards and soul trap, which is all good. He has a lot of spells to be able to escape anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. We have a finished blink on the Magnus. He got that one semi-late, but you know, now he has it. It's all good. Kraken going for the Shrunken, and he finished it. Sorry, yeah, he finished it. Like,
I was just going to comment that Magnus has been struggling a little bit, but a blink is better late than never.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, who got a Shrunken? Or Kraken is going for one, is what you said.
Kraken got one now. It's coming on the courier right behind him. The little flying panda. Of course, it's a panda because it's Team Panda.
I bet they coordinated
that.
Courier. That's coordinated for sure.
Hell yeah, they all changed it right before the game. Guys, everybody needs panda couriers. Is that one? He doesn't have it. Magnus, you're slacking. We need to see the courier, the panda courier. No, but yeah, the Shrunken is finished on the Kraken. Glacius has a Luminous Prism. Is he gonna go for the Cheap Stick? I guess? What else do you buy with that again? That's the only thing I can think of right now.
Storm Spirit, I think.
Oh, right.
Storm Spirit with the Luminous Prism, yeah.
Yes, Storm Spirit, Sheep Stick, Sand Scepter, and Armor of the Mad Mage.
And Flux is going for a Dawnbringer. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, he's had the Frozen Light for a while.
Would have expected like a BKB rush on Flux.
Yeah, I would expect him to be way more tanky. To just build tanky.
He's naturally tanky just because they do have so much strength, but yeah. I think the magic immunity would do him good, but honestly having him as like a semi-carry role alongside this FA is probably good for their team going into this game, into the late game stages.
Hellborn gets the Congo right there. While Legion is lurking around, and that prisoner is going to be punished for this lurking. Then pop his BKB, and that will be it for that exchange. While Monkey King is just casually clearing out the Hellborn's jungle. So now he has the items for it. Now he can farm jungle and everything very efficiently with that mana region.
Oh, two-man Kraken ulti is huge in the bottom lane.
Oh, he catches
what
both
you
of
got?
them.
Whoo, man.
That was very nice. I barely caught it, but it was great. He gets the bubbles, he gets the Aluna, and 2 very quick kills for the Hellborn side as Shrunken finished on the Forsaken Archer, which is a very valuable item for her. And a Shroud was just finished on the Monkey King.
Okay, yeah, see, Monkey King just this entire time. So once he gets a bit of a farming lead with the Dawnbringer setup that he has, he can just run circles around this map farming everything. But there's a teleport coming out into the bottom lane. They were hoping to catch something. Monkey King is shrouding and lurking in the jungle, looking for a greedy Kraken maybe, but Kraken, piloted by what you got, is just a little bit too safe right now. Safely farming his ancients. But yeah, FA is going to need some help out carrying Monkey King right now. I mean, on paper, FA is a really, really great carry and can definitely hold her own. But with the game situation we have, where Monkey King has just got this monster lead, he's basically a full item ahead of Forsaken right now. But Forsaken is only 100 GPM behind, so he definitely can come back very easily if he's given the space.
I kind of still think that Forsaken has that help, though, in the way that this team is built up. Because they have so much crowd control and lockdown and team fight potential that all she has to do is just sit back and hit. And because of the team that she has, she's able to do that. And meanwhile, mid lane, Magnus is going to go on the prisoner, who pops his ult into Shrunken immediately, going to catch these 2 Hellborn players and pulls the Magnus back into the big Kraken ulti. And that's gonna be a dead prisoner. A lot of people being hit every. Oh my god! I did not catch anything what was going on there, but somehow that ended up in 4 deaths on the Hellborn side, and I have no idea what just happened.
Monkey King came in late and just caught FA with her pants down. FA wasn't able to get the damage out. Unfortunately, she just doesn't have the items to be able to stand toe-to-toe with Monkey King at the moment. So Monkey King's late entry into the fight really was just a boon for the Legion side.
Jesus, this is a warm-up game for me and for the Clantons internet. Feels like my brain was like, oh, the nice pull-in into the Kraken ult, but no, Kraken's on the other team. That doesn't matter. Oy, oy, oy. It's every first game. It's always hard. need to warm up somehow. I need to find a way to warm up for these games. But yeah, 4 kills for the Legion side. Gonna bring them a little bit more of a gold lead. And they actually get a decent amount of damage onto this mid tower in the Hellborn's base. But yeah, I think that was a really nice play by the monkey to, as you said it, catch Forsaken with her pants down in the background, because her Shrunken was already out, right? And he just jumps on her. And he doesn't care that much about the Shrunken anyway, so...
He doesn't. The slow from Dawnbringer, like, she has no escape against, and the slow from Dawnbringer is going to go through the BKB, like, it doesn't matter. Like, she was in no man's land with 0 team assistance, so...
Very good move. I think that is his, like, in general move too. Prisoner deep into the enemy's base. Here he's gonna jump onto this flux, but he's completely around. Where is he? Because here comes the Monkey King. Prisoner's gonna fall immediately. The Kraken ulti catching the Monkey King though, and he can't really move. And the Glacier's ulti in the background. Gonna pick up the flux, gonna pick up the Kraken. Magnus barely staying alive. The Forsaken Archer brings down the Monkey King with her ulti, and together with the Glaciers. And now Bubbles trying to get away from this, and he will. And there's 3 people dead on the Hellborn side. There's only 2 dead on the Legion side, but there's 2 of the cores, which means it's Bubbles and his 2 supports hanging out in this top lane. And there's not really much they could do. This Aluna is manly because she has her illusion out, that's why. Jesus.
So in that situation, Monkey King, I really like that play by Big Eager Crew in general, the way that they smoked up into the top lane, let Monkey King lead with his Genjuro, and the Aluna and Nymphora were smoking behind him. That's a really, really tough play to play against, because it's so sneaky. But there, it just seemed like the targeting that Monkey King went with, he went aggressive on, I guess it was like the Prisoner, but he opted not to target Forsaken Archer right there, and Forsaken Archer was just able to pound damage into him. And in the end, that's why he ended up falling.
And
so
when Forsaken
not a
Archer is allowed
repeat
to... Yes, indeed.
of the last fight, so...
And whenever Forsaken Archer is allowed to just pound her damage in, people usually die. Because that is a lot of damage she's dishing out now. She also has a Shroud. Gonna go for the Genjuro, which is finished on the Monkey King. He has a Genjuro already. We are looking at Bubbles, just gonna push against these spell shards for now. Bought himself a PK for some extra mobility.
Prisoner has the Bound Eye, did you mention that?
No, I did not mention that. He got it just now, I think.
He did, yeah. I just want everybody to be aware, so a little bit of map control play coming out from Big Ego Crew with the Bound Eye. Trying to secure another Kong kill, it looks like.
It's also good against, because now Forsaken has a Shroud, and then there's a Magnus, so they have a little bit more vision of those heroes. Which is nice. Aluna has gotten herself a staff.
She's had it for a while. I wanted that. I saw it, wanted to mention it, and just never got around to it.
I feel like whenever I watch Dutch play these support heroes, he somehow pulls this farm out of nowhere. Like, he will sit in a lane, like he's doing right now. He'll just sit in a lane, push it in, get that farm, and to no expense of his cores, he will get that farm that he wants, which is so valuable. I don't know if I want to... I don't know about the staff, but I mean, why not?
Well, it definitely allows his team to just continuously pressure the lanes, right? I mean, the staff effect on Aluna, I'm actually not aware of how it was changed. Oh, Glacius.
Glacius getting caught by the Prisoner. But there's an Aluna here, because, you know, she was top lane farming and pushing. And it's also, when you're playing against a team like the Hellborn team right now that has so, as I mentioned before, they have so much team fight, being able to split push and push out the lanes and force them to split up weakens their lineup so much. Because the Monkey King, he will pick up any single target on his own, more or less. So being able to split a team up like that and force them to move is very important. And it will help prevent them like help prevent the Hellborn team to take that 5v5, which they want to do.
Yeah, between the Illuna global power throw plus the Nymphora teleport, it actually forces them to play as 5, but then eventually one person will have to branch out and put themselves in a risky position to push out that lane or whatever, and they can just get pounced on, even in front of like a tier 3 tower.
Oh yeah.
With the right Nymphora port, so it forces them to play very, very carefully, and it even trying to play so carefully, they can still find themselves in bad positions against this Legion lineup.
And it's also the part of the psychological feel of it, to know that you're playing against this Nymphora and have to like always be careful and be aware of where everybody is. It's very psychological. We have a Hellborn team going for the Kongor now, because Legion just took theirs, which kind of forces Hellborn to take their own as well, but they're doing it fairly easy right here with those 2 tanks and the Forsaken dealing her damage. Boom, down it goes. Ooh, power throw from Luna. There's a Bubbles bottom. It's gonna catch the Flux together with his Monkey King, and down goes the Flux very easily. Magmas. Oh, and here comes the TP from Nymphora as well. They're gonna catch the Kraken, returns with them onto them with the Kraken ulti, but it doesn't matter. Down goes Kraken, down goes Glacius. And now Legion has the chance to get a decent amount of push onto this bottom tower. Kraken has a buyback ready if he wants to, but he does not have an ulti ready.
Flux already.
So, but Magmas does, and in jumps Flux to pull them all in, and Magmas follows up with his ulti right there, dropping this person down immediately. And now it's for the Forsaken to follow up and get, but she doesn't get it. Oh, the bubbles is too quick.
That was a fantastic initiation from Flux and Magmas.
It was really good.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Picture perfect. I mean...
And meanwhile, Aluna top just gets the base tower.
Yeah.
It's so annoying to play against. Like, every single game I've watched Big Ego and crew play, this guy is just either in the bottom lane or in the top lane, pushing it. Like, one way or the other. Like... now he has a Master's Legacy too.
He gave it to Prisoner too.
Yeah, he gave it. Yeah, you're right. Ooh, Monkey King finding himself in a little bit of pickle, but he gets out with the help of the TP Shrunken. Good old reliable.
Menace Genjuro on Forsaken Archer. I'm not sure what she's going to build into next. I imagine a wing bow. Seems like the perfect item for the hero.
Yeah, but I don't think there's any heroes on the Legion that cares about a wing bow.
Not too many.
It's evasion, because they don't right click. They all cast spells, it feels like.
No, that's true. But hey, you know, every hero has an auto attack, so.
That is one thing we can count on. They can all right click. No, but yeah, like I see the wing bow, but I still don't feel like it fits into the game, like it fits in the hero. But oh, middle bubbles, nice follow up with the stun. He's still gonna be able to get out with the surf.
I definitely agree with you. There's not too many. You know, the only person I would say is an auto attack powerhouse on the Legion side is the Monkey King, even though he is doing a lot of spell stuff as well. But what would you go for instead of a wing bow? That's
the thing, though. I don't have another answer.
Right, maybe something like
symbol.
Finishing. I feel like you need damage, and wing bow offers a bit of damage, and then just assists a little bit with positioning with the longer attack range, but maybe crits. Let's see some rift shards.
Does she want to go Dawnbringer too? I don't know. She already has the Geobane. Doesn't work like that. Yeah. I mean, for the damage itself, but I feel like wing bow is. I mean, it's a lot of agility, but I wouldn't mind the pure damage either.
I'd like to see. I mean, screw it. Let's just go for the Doom. Let's go for the Doom. Come on, Red Panda. Let's see a Doom. Just farm up. Only 3,000 more gold. You guys can draw this out for a Doom. It's all or nothing.
It's the only answer to the question. There's a Sand Scepter and Glacius too, so he also wants to grab people. There's a Hellflower finished on the Monkey King.
And... Oh, Aluna is getting caught.
Oh! Are they finally gonna catch her? Yes, they are.
This is the opportunity, but here comes the
Nymphora
port.
Nymphora TPO coming in, and Flux's BKB is gonna be out by the time they're here. Now everybody on the Legion team is on top of the Flux. Magnus though, coming in with the ulti, dealing some decent amount of damage. Prisoner catches 3 of them. There we go, catches them again. Down they go, Kraken trying to charge his way out. Doesn't get his ulti onto anything. Forsaken Archer trying to get some damage with the ulti, but it's not gonna be enough, and 4 people are dead. And there's buybacks coming out right here too. A buyback from Forsaken Archer being used, but it's not gonna be quick enough to be able to help her team. And Kraken has a buyback, but again, as last time, he has the buyback, but he has no ulti. There were some buybacks being used that fight that I did not catch. Who else was it?
Kraken bought back early. Or was that? No, I'm scrolling up, and that was the fight previous.
It was the
I think
Flux.
it was just Forsaken bought back there, I believe. Flux?
No, was that further behind?
I think so. I think that was the fight at bottom lane where those buybacks happened.
I did not catch that, but yeah, the Forsaken used one of her. That's gonna. It's a lot of gold being used, but it doesn't really matter that much. And while Monkey King is just smacking away at this bottom tower, they got the top racks. He wants to go for a second round of racks while the Hellborn team is dead. They are spawning now, though. 10 seconds and everybody's gonna be up and force a threat to this Legion team who wants to break into the Hellborn side.
These dreams of doom, unfortunately, have been
Are they gonna go down the drain?
Yeah, I think so. A heart was just picked up on Monkey King. Oh boy. This guy's a powerhouse now. Yeah, he just picked up a heart. It's being wheeled out to him now.
Aye, aye, aye.
By his little reindeer courier. That is a sweet courier.
Take back from this first game is
oh no, it's Dutch that has the reindeer courier.
Is it Dutch? Oh, there it is.
Yeah. He's got a spell sunder now, so that's a very interesting pickup.
Well, he's just farming. So, like, no... he's always in a lane pushing it out. Oh, bottom lane though! Prisoner getting in there with the Shrunken. Gets the Magnus in, pops a 4-man ulti right there. Kraken ulti in return, gonna catch Prisoner. And there's not a lot of follow-up from the Legion side, but here they come! Here they come! They're gonna get some damage from Forsaken Archer. Ult gets the Prisoner down. It also almost gets the Nymphora. And the Bound Eye is on the ground as Prisoner is dead, and so is the entirety of the Hellborn team except this Forsaken. That will be the call.
Man, that Prisoner ulti was amazing. That actually synced up perfectly with the. It didn't matter that the Nymphora teleport was late. That was a full team Prisoner ulti that just bought the time for the teleport to go off.
It's like, hang on, guys, my team's coming. Just hang on.
And I think that. Oh, I was just going to say, I think that the way the Prisoner ulti works is if he didn't have that staff, if he were to die, I don't think the pull effect goes off after the delay, but since he puts the pull effect onto somebody else with the staff effect, it's still going to go off even after he dies. So.
Right. True. So, we're going to go into game 2. First game goes to Big Ego and crew, and we'll see you guys after a very short break. Everyone, and welcome back to the second game of today in the first series of today in this ClanTour 2.0. We got a Big Ego and crew versus the Pandas. And apparently we already have a remake on our hands. Oh. Anyways, I'm still Trulte and I still have ezfullclan with me. Are we hyped for another action-packed game?
Yes, absolutely. I don't know what this first pick business is all about, but yeah, we'll see if the game gets remade ultimately or not. Seems like both teams might be fine with it. I think first pick is a slight advantage, but you know, maybe the counter pick is what they wanted. I don't know, but yeah,
I think they just flip every game.
I'm still ezfullclan as well, yeah, and yeah, and I'm excited to see what happens in this game. For me, the story of last game was Puppetsoui on that Monkey King, man. Struggled through that laning phase, but seriously just came back and was a monster Monkey King throughout the rest of that game. So honestly, you got to shut this guy down somehow, right? If laning phase isn't going to cut it, apparently, So you got to keep pressure on him throughout the mid game phase as well. So I don't know what he's going to get drafted into his hands or where he's going to go with it, but I'm keeping my eye on Puppetsoui this game. I'm learning a lot from Puppetsoui.
Yes. No, yeah, because you said they like, how do we shut him down? I kind of felt like they did shut him down, and then somehow he still came back so hard. Like
He
he
was just
had
able to
nothing to
rotate in
say.
the jungle with Nymphora for a little bit and just,
Yeah, he got some help from the supports, getting those stacks, those double stacks and triple stacks around, and suddenly he was just back at it again. And he knew his timings so well when he could actually just jump in, join the fight, get that kill XP and gold, and just get back out again and get back to his farming. So it was
yeah, and
really well played.
that's not to downplay, his team's role in the game as well. I mean, they worked really, really well. I mean, we mentioned Dutch several times with his role on Aluna, just constantly pressuring waves and being there for the early rotations and that tri lane versus tri lane setup. I think honestly that is another major aspect of the game. The tri lane went in the way of the prisoner Nymphora Aluna lane very handily several times. There was some clutch pod saves coming out from the Nymphora on the Aluna to my memory. So that was another part of the game that really gave the big ego crew the lead.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Let's have a look at these bans, and we get a call out here too. But the torture that we was asking about, apparently, I don't tell him shit. He knows you're OP on torture, so clearly it's a Vulka hero. So it is a respect ban, as we suspected. And then we have Kinesis, Ophelia. Ophelia being banned, that's one of what you got's hero, that's for sure. Aluna being banned, that means that the Riftwalker is going to be on Dutch, most likely. We got a King Cloud, the Torture as mentioned, and then Clanks as the last ban. And we're going to be looking at Monarch, Corrupted, and Pharaoh as the first picks on the Legion side, opposed to the Riftwalker and the Drunken Master. Drunken Master was banned last game, and he gets picked up this game, as it is not banned.
So yeah, it seems like the bans are very on point. It seems like both teams are very familiar with each other. If they don't ban certain heroes, those heroes are going to get picked up, and yeah. So I'm kind of curious where that Drunken Master is going to go. Traditionally, it's somewhat of a mid hero, I think, but I think it works in dual lanes as well.
I
But
think it's usually run as a solo, either in the short lane, and then they run some sort of a tri lane. I don't think Riftwalker is that great in a tri lane, but I'm not sure. I
it
mean, she
does
does
feel
good
like
in
a
the.
mid hero to me. Now that you
Yeah, to
mention,
me too. Yeah, yeah, definitely. But most of the time, you want the drunken to get his levels, and the best way to do that is to send him somewhere solo, either a short lane solo or a mid lane, as you mentioned. Yeah.
yeah, so we have a Monarch pick on the Panda side. I know what you got is a fan of Monarch. I don't think he's going to be playing it, but I know he has played it and drafted it several times in the past. It's an extremely strong hero with the Cleansing Wind having that massive stun clear. So I'm excited to see if it works out well for them this game. But Corrupted Disciple is the interesting pick to me. I wasn't expecting that one, but it's a really, really strong hero against some of your more tanky lineups. I feel like just because of the way the conduit works, in my eyes, I see conduit, I see tank, I conduit, and I ignore them.
Yep.
Is basically the way I play Corrupted Disciple.
Yeah. No, but it's also the synergy of these three heroes. You have the Monarch, who can provide a decent amount of heal and protection and wards, and then you have the Pharaoh, which can jump in and catch someone, and then Corrupted Disciple, who needs someone to be in that front line and catch someone, and he can just sit outside the walls and just hit on people. So the synergy of these three heroes is very nice to me. And also the fact that you have a Monarch against the Riftwalker. If Monarch manages to sit out of the Riftwalker and just swoop, remove the Riftwalker stun immediately, that is OP. Just so nice
Right.
and so efficient.
And Rhapsody and Puppet.
Yeah.
Man, okay. So Puppet Master is a really strong hero. I think it's got I'm not really sure if it's been buffed recently or anything. It's a really, really strong hero to to have in your arsenal. I mean, it basically always keeps you on your toes, right? It can just start one-shotting people once if it gets an early shroud. So I'm excited to see Big Eager Crew pilot this Puppet Master and constantly make the Legion lineup worry about getting killed by it.
And also picking so many ranged heroes against the Pharaoh. He's
Mhm.
just never gonna be able to catch anyone. Or like he will be able to catch, but it's still like it's a struggle to lane as a Pharaoh. As a Pharaoh.
Mhm.
Especially against like Puppet. That's if it is Pharaoh offlane, which it looks like, because there's the Tempest.
Oh
So
man.
Pharaoh against Puppet Master Rhapsody, that's gonna be a struggle bus.
I really like that Tempest pick, that last
Mhm.
Tempest pick after already having Pharaoh. I think that's great.
Mhm.
We'll see. I'm curious what Big Eagle Crew is going to utilize as their last pick, if they're going to try and get another counter pick for Tempest. Right now, all they have for as far as superior cancel is Riftwalker, and I guess a well-positioned lunge stun could cancel a Tempest ulti. They have a Doctor Repulsor. Interesting. Okay.
I like it.
I like Doctor Repulsor a lot. Yeah, I'm curious. I have no idea how they're going to do their laning setup. That actually, I think I have an idea. That but it's Puppetsoul on Doctor Repulsor, so okay, that's probably going to be a mid Doctor. As my theory is mid Doctor, short drunken, tri-lane Rhapsody Rift puppet, but I
That
could be
could be it.
surprised.
Yeah. That could be definitely it. That sounds good. I didn't even think about that. No, you're right. Short lane drunken, mid lane doctor, yeah. Now that we called it, they're gonna do something completely different, but yeah. I
Probably.
like it.
I mean,
I like it.
we hypothesized that dual lane prisoner last game, and that absolutely didn't happen. So we're probably wrong again. But
Let's just assume that we're wrong and then be positively surprised. We're gonna have a remake here for some reason. I didn't really catch.
the reason was apparently heroes didn't get swapped. So
Oh, I didn't catch that. Okay. So, while we're waiting, do we wait or do we take a break or?
I think we're going to just wait. I think we can keep talking. So
We're just waiting. All good,
yeah,
She.
but
So yeah, no. What do we think about the Legion team though? We have the
I
Pharaoh
think
and the last pick Tempest.
yeah, we didn't comment that they have a Midas as well. So this looks like a
Mhm.
pretty standard. Whenever I see a jungle in the lineup, I always just call it a TMM lineup because for the longest time, jungle suicide was the TMM meta, even though I think it
Mhm.
was first pioneered in the competitive scene. Back when junglers were especially strong, even though they are strong, maybe equally as strong today. But yeah, I mean, I like their lineup. I'm actually having trouble recalling the other heroes, Corrupted Disciple and Monarch. Okay, yeah,
Yes,
so
sir. That's
they
correct.
have some. They don't have the strongest wombo to go with that Tempest. They have they've got the Midas combo to either lead in or follow up onto a Tempest ulti with, but they don't really have like crazy amounts of AoE damage. But honestly, a well-positioned Tempest ulti is a well-positioned Tempest ulti. It's a 4-second lockdown potentially, so it really doesn't necessarily require huge wombo to go along with it, as long as it
No.
gets off. So
No, I agree. It doesn't. You made this captain's pick though, so now they have to go through it again, the whole banning and stuff instead of I'll pick. But doesn't matter. They're gonna
we'll
be
just
able
get
to
more
figure
time
that
to
out on their
talk, no
own.
problem.
Just more, yeah, it's more time for us to just take up the time. No, but yeah, I like, in general, as you said, the fact that they do have that 4-second lockdown, even if it's only 2 heroes, it's still really good. Because the lack of stuns on the Hellborn team is gonna make it hard for them to do much anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's going to force in my eyes, it's going to force the Riftwalker to basically have to wait out the Tempest ulti, which is, not necessarily what she wants to have to do. She wants to be able to follow up a team fight basically immediately. And maybe she doesn't have to wait out the Tempest ulti. I mean, with with a good enough initiation, they might be able to just drop enough targets to where, you know, if a few of them get caught up in Tempest ulti, it's actually not going to hurt them too much in the end. I mean, Dr. Repulsor, it's, you know, it wasn't a Tempest counter per se, as a, you know, it's not going to necessarily counter a Shrunken Head Tempest, but the amount of initiation that Dr. Repulsor provides can actually just be what they need to shut down Tempest anyway. I mean, Tempest has to play very careful against Dr. Repulsor, I think.
I think that's the key takeaway there, that Doctor's job is just to sit around and try to find that Tempest and then grab him. The fact that the Riftwalker channels for 2 seconds before she hits, and then the timing of the Tempest ulti is 4 seconds, so it means it's halfway through by the time Riftwalker gets in. And a Tempest is usually, he gets half his ulti off on 3 people or 2 people or 4 people even. It just takes too long, I think, for Riftwalker to be able to cancel it. And she is, as you said, some sort of a counter initiator.
Let's get it on.
So you want the Drunken to go in, and then you want the Doctor to swing around on the outside, catching either the Corrupted or the Tempest. And then when people go on the Drunken, you have the Riftwalker to turn around and get that ulti off, and then Puppet comes into with his damage, and that's just somewhat how you want to play that. Is it a Midas mid then?
It's a good question. Probably, I would imagine. Yeah, I think our answer is before us. Looks like Midas is going mid and Pharaoh's going top.
Simple as that.
But I'm still curious how Legion is going to line it. You know, we said that we might see a tri-lane, but I'm actually not really sure how well Riftwalker fits into a tri-lane.
That's what I was questioning earlier too. I don't feel like she's that kind of like a Luna, like Glacius, like Andrew, like all of those who just goes in and stuns. I mean, of course she deals a lot of damage and she pulls people back and stuff, but she also buys a, what's it called, the synchronizer thingy. Orb of Zamos.
Orb of Zamos. Yeah, so this might be some sort of dual mid thing.
That tells me that there's dual lanes. Because you're not going to have 2 orbs in the same lane. That's kind of yikers. Because they're not going to synchronize over each other.
I'm not really sure if these players are good enough to know that. Just kidding.
That would be something.
That's a very subtle. That's a subtle mechanic.
It's a very basic. Let's see if he gets it. Yes, he does. So it's gonna be a dual lane because, you know, and that means it's the Drunken Suicide. I don't know if I like that. Cause
it works. Like, I mean, this hero is so flexible.
I mean, yeah, but don't you want? I mean, I guess they want to put their main focus on the Puppet and the because Doctor is short lane, and we thought it was gonna be mid. See, we call out their lane, and they're like, nope, and then they just do something completely different, and they're sending Puppet mid, and then they're sending the Doctor Repulsor short lane together with a Rhapsody, which also, as we haven't mentioned, is a really good combo.
So I know why they sent the Drunken Master down here, and it's because of how good Stagger is against Monarch. Monarch is never ever going to be landing a Crippling Pollen on Drunken Master. So Drunken Master is extremely safe down here. Might not be able to get very much by means of farm in the bottom lane, but he is going to be able to soak up levels. And in fact, it's actually just going to be a 1v1, so...
Yeah, I was about to say, Monarch realizes the same as you just mentioned. She's not gonna kill that guy, because her stun, or it's not even it's a mini stun and like a immobilized silence. And it's so unreliable if you have a hero like Drunken.
Its projectile speed actually got buffed in one of the recent patches, so it is a bit of a stronger ability in that regard. A little bit harder to stagger away from for Drunken. But...
That was a nice pull in the mid lane, but it's not going to allow the tower to hit the Midas, which would have been really good. Top lane we have... Yeah?
Oh, I was just, Drunken Master is going very aggressively on Corrupted Disciple, and I was going to say that I think Corrupted Disciple has a slight advantage here because of Conduit versus a melee, but Drunken Master played around that Conduit cooldown and just went immediately onto Corrupted as soon as the effect fell.
Gonna go again too and get actually a decent amount of damage in there. And that's gonna be worth it as well, because there is more damage on this Corrupted, and he's pretty low already, half HP.
Yeah, I think Woop is playing really well here on Drunken Master. He's really just playing around the conduit cooldown to the maximum potential.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a really long cooldown too. 35 seconds, 30 seconds. Top lane we have a Drunken versus a Doctor. And before it would be a lot more fun to play Pharaoh against Doctor, but now it doesn't take mana anymore on the walls. It doesn't drain the mana, which used to be really nice against Doctor, and suddenly you don't even have that tool to do much. Which is kind of sad, because Pharaoh was a really fun hero, and... Oh, mid lane. Getting a lot of damage onto this Midas, who gets to go very aggressively, and they're gonna get the... No, they're not gonna get the puppet! One more hit, Monarch is gonna try to get him, but she's not gonna reach, ends up dying in tower, unfortunately. Trying to sacrifice herself for that little kill, and the double tap goes to the Riftwalker, who also gets the Bloodlust. He just got so much money.
And he's on this support hero that's got flash farming potential again. He actually picks up a Strider's immediately after getting that Bloodlust double kill. So
he got Striders, and he also got a what's it, the upgrade of the Synchronizer? It's called the skull thingy.
Good question. Is that still Grave Locket? I know it's the same animation.
Grave Locket. Yeah. That's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, she got both of those. That's a lot of stats for a very early on support. That is a lot. Ooh, bottom lane, Drunken. Gets a decent amount of damage, but there is the conduit on him, and he's taking a lot of damage now. Gonna be able to get out though, and he still just heals up very quickly with his bottle, having himself a couple of drinks, and he's fine again. How are we looking at the stats here? Corrupted has 22-4, and Drunken has 11-2, so Corrupted is doing pretty good right here. Oh, Tempest and Monarch sitting in the bottom rune, and Drunken is like, nope, I'm not getting that.
Pharaoh getting chased here into tier 2 power territory, barely lives, wow.
Trying to shoot back, but it's not gonna do the trick in mid lane. They're gonna bring down the Midas right there. Ooh, Monarch. Ooh, gets pulled back.
Whew.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. 150 damage this early on is not a lot. That's a lot of damage for a little butterfly.
Yeah, I would say creep score we have, it looks like a slight advantage for Legion just because of how well Tempest is able to farm the jungle, but the net worth advantage is going out to Big Ego Crew. And honestly, the bulk of their farm is on this Dr. Repulsor, who's already got a mana ring, or mana boots, rather.
And also, the fact that they decided to take this tower so early on top is also really important. They know that they're gonna win this lane, they're fine with just pushing it down. Because Legion can't move, right? They're 2 people middle against 2 people. If they leave that, Midas is going to die. Tempest can't leave the jungle, because he's barely got his level 6. He's almost level 7, but he doesn't have much kill potential to get it with the Pharaoh. And now, Rhapsody is free to just go off and help somewhere else. They're opening up the map so much by just taking this early tower. And allowing themselves to move on the map so much.
Alright, get ready to pull the tape on this, because I am guessing that Corrupted Disciple's first death this game is going to come from Dr. Repulsor rotating onto him in the bottom lane. In my eyes, Corrupted is a sitting duck here in the bottom lane.
Oh yeah.
Drunken's got his ulti now, so he can do about, I don't know, pretty easily half of Corrupted's HP. And so if he just has a simple follow-up from Doctor, it's a dead Corrupted. And Corrupted is kind of one of their main players other than Tempest right now. So I think that if they pull that off, the Big Ego Crew will be in a really good position going into the mid game.
Oh, mid lane. No, mine is not gonna die.
Oh, but it might be Drunken who's in the process of dying. But there's a port.
TP coming in immediately. But it is the Rhapsody gonna come down here to support. But I do agree with you. It should be this Doctor as soon as he has some sort of item that allows him to deal a little bit more damage. Not even a lot. He can TP in bottom and get that very valuable kill. They just need to get away from this Tempest threat that is sitting on the side here, who wants to get something done. There are TPs ready on the Legion side too. They're gonna go on the Drunken right here. Stun from Tempest coming out. Oh my god, the Tempest ulti gets immediately cancelled by the Rhapsody sitting ready, and she gets out too! And they bait out all of Legion's spells right there and gets away with it.
Yeah, and I mean, I was talking about the rotation coming out from Doctor to kill the Corrupted, but I also really like what they're doing right now as they get the mana ring onto Dr. Repulsor. He starts just cleaning up the jungle, and they rotate the mid puppet into the safe lane. So they're just using their side of the map, just pulling all the resources into the right spots immediately after getting some of these early core items from laning phase. I mean, I really like the way Biggie Crew is playing this game.
For sure, I like it too. It's really nice. And the Riftwalker is gonna sit mid and get some XP there. She is the second support. She did get the Grave Locket, as we said, which is gonna be very valuable for her too, as she is running back and forth from mid and able to just stack some camps for this Doctor. So that's gonna be nice for her too. Puppet, as you mentioned, getting some farm top. He has his Steam Boots, and he's gonna go for... What does Puppet go for again? Whispering Helm? Hellflower?
I don't know. It just depends. Depends on how they want to play it. They might. So it looks like Dr. Repulsor is going for an icon with that glowstone, but I guess it could be something like a Sunder, maybe. But yeah, I think icon. I love icon on Doctor. If I play Doctor, I go icon, so I'm a huge fan.
I like it too.
But if he gets that icon, I think Whispering Helm on Puppet makes sense for you know, basically Doctor's playing the farming role in the jungle until he gets icon, perhaps, and then Puppet Master will switch into that role once the icon comes into play, and Dr. Repulsor will start being very aggressive.
Yeah,
trying to...
I think so too. Sounds like a very smart call to make in general too. Mid lane, Rhapsody, gonna get her stun off, but it's not gonna be enough as there's only these two supports in here. The Tempest building his Astrolabe.
Alright, the icon is in play, and the TP...
Already there. Holy yeah, he swapped out his boots, that's why.
Yep.
It's gonna TP top. Assist this Puppet maybe in a kill right there before they swap out.
Yep, here's where the first icon charge comes. Yep. The hold is already on Pharaoh.
And he goes. Puppet's gonna start off with the hold, and they're gonna get a decent amount of damage onto this Pharaoh, and down he goes. Now, the TP from Legion was just cancelled right there. Not much to TP in for and help with, unfortunately. I think he goes. I think if he's gonna go the farming, he might go for the Whispering into. But I think Hellflowers are super nice here for the Hellborn team, considering it's like Midas and Tempest and all those, and just allowing them to control the fight better.
Given their early lead, I mean, I wouldn't mind a Shroud Rush either. You know, forcing the Legion team to Pandas to... Ooh, look at this.
That's a
Regen
full-on ulti onto this Drunken. Regen Rune?
Yeah, Regen Rune and Dr. Repulsor story, yep. So...
That's a good timing. Tempest just used his ultimate. This could be a timing for Drunken to catch some kills right here. He ain't scared. Here he goes.
Be careful.
Fight this Midas. Can they get him? And grab him. Grab him. He jumps away, and there goes the Regen Rune. He Midas gets the stun on him. There's a lot of damage coming out for the rest of the team, and they're gonna get that Midas down as Corrupted a typo. Deep is into his death right. He last is coming out from the down. He goes too, and now Tempest is here, but he has no ulti. All he has is a stun combined with the Pharaoh. Gonna catch this Doctor. Can they keep him down with Hellfire? No, he gets... Oh, he barely doesn't get out of the range. But the Riftwalker ulti catches both of them. Down goes Pharaoh, down goes Tempest, and it's a disaster for this Legion team. This team fight went south. And they lost the mid tower, yes.
Wow, okay. Already 5 charges on Doctor. He gets the bonus HP from the icon. This is... Yeah, this is starting to become disastrous for the Panda crew.
Oh, what is Riftwalker doing? She's just casually warding. Look at her. In the Hellborn jungle. Excuse me. Gets locked down by the Monarch. There's the slow. Pull back from Riftwalker and just gonna walk her way out. Meanwhile, Midas picks up the Rhapsody in the mid lane. That was a weird interaction in the bottom lane. Two heroes that have absolutely no kill potential as solo heroes, just hitting each other like, get off. Drunken has... Yeah? We still
I
haven't
was
seen
gonna
one?
say, we still have 60 seconds before the next Tempest ulti, and I really feel like it's going to depend on that for the Legion to make a comeback into this game. They're already down by quite a lot, especially with this Dr. Repulsor timing.
That's the thing about the Legion team. They're playing around timings. Hellborn can fight anytime. They're gonna catch the Midas here. The Doctor doesn't have any cooldown. Drunken doesn't really care that much about his ulti. Puppet can deal damage AoE no matter what. Riftwalker has her ulti, but she can still have some crowd control, even though she doesn't have her ulti up. And how? Mid lane, Drunken's gonna start out onto this Tempest, bringing him far enough back. Does he have his ulti ready? He does not. There's 30 more seconds. Everybody gets pulled into the Riftwalker ulti, and combo is put out right there. And down goes 3 people, quick and easy for the Hellborn. Riftwalker is just on point with her combo, just single-handedly pulling them all together and bringing them down. Like, Puppet didn't even use his ulti right there.
Yes, I mean, we've just seen 2 huge Riftwalker ultis in a row. That one, and then the one behind tier 1 mid tower prior to that, whenever they thought they had a chance of bringing down the Doctor. And now Doctor's level 11 with 9 charges at 13 minutes into the game. This... you never say never, especially in a game of Han. At least until Mega Creeps are in the game, but geez, what an uphill battle.
Yeah, who said that? It was Swindle said it. Never underestimate your opponent's ability to make a mistake or to throw the game. So it can always happen. I have a question though about this Tempest. There's a party starting bottom. Maybe we should have a look at that first. Pharaoh in the front line, catching the Rhapsody right here. Oh, nice tablet from Riftwalker, putting it right out. She's gonna get closer. No, she's getting out. Puppet turns around with the grab. She's gonna grab Monarch right there. What is it called, even? Puppet Show. There it is.
2 tablets in the game.
It's really good. It's so needed. Even the Puppet has one. Jesus, but it's super good. It's super good. I was like, what? It's on Puppet? Like, I would get it if the Rhapsody had it, but Puppet has himself. And it's like, why not? It's so valuable. Yeah, it's really, really good.
He doesn't need to transition into the carry right now. I mean, Dr. Repulsor's got that role covered with his start. He already has his spell shards.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's an amazing item, right? They have, because of the lead that they have, Tempest isn't getting a Shrunken Head anytime soon. Like, they have, not only do they have extra interrupts for the Tempest ulti, but if he ever manages to get a Shrunken Head, they have the capability of pushing people out of the Tempest ulti.
Not to forget they're playing as the Pharaoh.
Exactly, yeah, of course, Pharaoh. You see Pharaoh, I buy tablet. I mean,
yes, that is exactly how your brain should work in this game. Yeah. You see a Pharaoh on the opponent team, and you have the money and time to buy a tablet, just get it. Like, it's so valuable. The thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that Tempest has not gotten a blink yet. He has put his money into a ring, he has his astrolabe, and he also has vestments.
Yeah, I mean, he's got great items. I mean, he's
for sure. I'm just
good team support. He's got good farm. You know, well, relative to the state of the game, he's got a decent farm. You know, there is a blink up on Midas, so you know they do have some playmaking capabilities. But man, I mean, it's so tough to play against Big Ego Crew, especially in this position. They're playing so coordinated that you know, it's really. I honestly, if I were in this game on the side of the Pandas, like, I would be super demoralized. Like, I wouldn't know how to come back.
But that's why I'm not. Pharaoh jump. He's gonna catch both of them. The Puppet Show in return, though. Pharaoh jumping and ulting into his death right there, poor guy. It was a nice catch, but there was just no follow-up. No. Oh, Doctor though, he's gonna catch a Tempest right here. A lot of damage coming out, and the pullback from the Riftwalker is gonna help getting that last. And the seed vote is already out, and there is nothing the Pandas can do, unfortunately, and they're gonna call this game. I was just thinking about the Tempest because I feel like if you buy all of these items this early, he spent a lot of money on the Astrolabe and also the 500 on the Mystic Vestment. Does it tell you that he thinks they can go later and he doesn't need to fight right now, or do they want to push, or stats for my team?
I think the build is fine. I think it allows early tower. It allows the staging of early tower pushes, as well as early team fights. I think the only problem was just that they didn't get anything out of the Tempest ulti pretty much at any stage of the game. I mean, the very first Tempest ulti that we saw in the game was in the bottom lane on Drunken Master. And it, like you said, you called it out, it immediately got canceled by the Rhapsody, who was just ready for it to come out, right?
Yeah.
And it's such a long cooldown. So, I mean, you know, Tempest is a great hero if those ultis are occasionally able to come out. But I unfortunately, didn't see one that was useful that game. And it's just such a long cooldown. You know, you only get so many chances. And unfortunately, Dr. Repulsor with that early icon pickup, and that guy, Puppetsoui on Doctor just snowballed immediately. He bought icon, immediately started getting charges. Huge tower dive in the middle lane, got up to 5 charges immediately, right? The Legion appearances, the players coming into the fight were so disjoint, they were able to just get one after the other and just charge after charge. And then the chance, I'm sorry, I'm running on, but the only chance that they had to kill the Doctor in the mid lane was thwarted by the 2-man Riftwalker ulti. And really, after that, it was just like, whoa, a miracle has to happen, right? A big throw or just some sort of like really, you know, synergized turn of events for Pandas to win that one.
I feel like BU Crew played that so perfectly, and they played around their timings. As you said, like Doctor got the icon, they saw Tempest use the ulti, they were like, we're gonna go right now, immediately. And they also, in amazing timing as well, gets the resto or the Regen rune on the Doctor, which is the best rune you can get on that hero. And they just went on, and Riftwalker hitting every single one of her combos onto 2 or 3 people every single time. It was just well played by this team and hard to play against.
Yep.
So yeah, that's gonna be it for
Big
the
Hero
series.
Crew.
Yes, we're gonna see them later. We're gonna see them later, I think. But for now, that's gonna be it for this series, and the next series will be 5 versus Donkey Kong. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. In 30 minutes, yes, they're gonna be 5 versus Donkey Kong, and that's gonna be it for me and ezfullclans, and we'll see you guys after a short break.